Hey guys, Chris Kennedy again. One of the most common arguments you will see in the online, anyway, the online martial arts community, and probably in person, but definitely online, is usually something to do with self-defense versus sports martial arts, or traditional martial arts versus contemporary martial arts. And everybody has their opinion. No matter how novice or expert they are, they're going to have an opinion on it. And one of the reasons we will never find... Well, one of the main reasons we'll never have an answer to any of these questions is because people are tribal and people are going to argue tooth and nail to defend, whatever their black belt's in. Or whatever style they trained, or their dad trained, or their friend trains. But one of the main reasons, even for people who are very objective, is the misconception that we are training for the same thing, regardless of our style that we're training in. And that's completely wrong. And let me tell you what I mean. A lot of martial artists think that they're training to fight. But in reality, if you're training a martial arts for defense, you're training to be a victim, basically. You're training so that you can know what to do if somebody attacks you. You're not expecting it. Somebody attacks you. How can you get away from the situation or end the situation with receiving as little damage as possible to yourself or to people around you? What do you do if you're a victim? Whereas martial arts for sport are the exact opposite. They're essentially teaching you what to do how to be a bully. They're teaching you how do you get into a ring or get onto a mat and get into the cage and bully the other guy until he gives up and gives you what you want, which is the win, of course. So two completely different goals. And that is one of the main things you need to understand when you go into training. Like, what are you training for? What are you expecting in the future? And we could go into much further detail, but I'm just going to cut this video short because I have to go into a practice right now. But that's something to consider. Think about it before you start arguing about one martial art is better than the other, or saying things like, well, you guys don't allow eye gouges, and you guys saying, well, you guys almost never spar. And before you get into these arguments, think, is your martial art training you to go in and be a bully? Is your martial art training you to walk around and be the victim? Not in a bad way. You can be a nice guy, but be trained to be the bully. And you can be a totally tough guy who doesn't have a victim mentality, who's, doesn't have an entitled mentality, but, still training to, be a victim. So don't take that the wrong way. But anyway, something to think about. Good luck, guys. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Peace.